Valentina Shevchenko versus Katlyn Chookagian is set to take place this weekend in the co-main event of UFC 247, Jones versus Reyes. Is it the most anticipated title fight of all time? No, it's not. It's not whatsoever, because there's a little amount of intrigue and there's a little chance of an upset. However, I do respect that upsets can happen in MMA, but I also do respect that by law, and this is a legal system here, the chances of upsets happening as you go down in weight class, especially when you enter those female divisions, they just don't happen normally. Like, upsets very rarely happen. The best upset we had was a champion upsetting another champion in Nunes versus Chris Cyborg, as far as I can remember. Like, it's just less likely to happen, guys. I want you guys to understand that. There's less chance of a finish. There's less chance that someone's going to get clipped and KO'd stiff in the first round out of nowhere. Especially when you throw like some of these women's flyweights, especially Katlyn Chookagian. She hasn't had a finish since 2016, and she's fought a lot of times since then. Okay? I want you to know that. She's fought plenty times since 2016. She just hasn't had a finish since then. Okay? That's a big problem to me when I'm looking for an underdog. If Chookagian was a girl who, even though she wasn't the champion of her division, still had some KO power and had finished a bunch of her last few opponents, I may be willing to bet the underdog of Katlyn Chookagian. However, I'm not going to, because Valentina Shevchenko has abs. And I know you guys are going to look at me and say, oh, a lot of female fighters have abs. Do they? I thought that as well. I'll be honest with you guys. I thought, oh yeah, female fighters have abs. Do they? Because not like Valentina Shevchenko. Those are man abs, okay? Those are Uriah Faber abs on Valentina Shevchenko. They're not supposed to be there, but they are there. And they give her a strength. And we saw that when she took on Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I believe that Joanna Jędrzejczyk is a better fighter than Katlyn Chookagian. Shocker. I know. A crazy shocker. You didn't expect it to come out of my mouth. She's similar size and range-wise, and she's a similar opponent for Valentina Shevchenko as Katlyn Chookagian is, and she's better than Katlyn Chookagian. And what happened when we saw Shevchenko take on Joanna Jędrzejczyk? She lost. Jędrzejczyk got destroyed for 5 rounds. Had no success, was taken down whenever Valentina Shevchenko wanted to, and was just lit up on the feet over and over and over again. And I feel like we're going to see the same thing in this fight. We've got a long, rangy contender in Katlyn Chookagian who's going to get chopped down. And now for my prediction. And my prediction for this fight is going to be, how does Valentina Shevchenko win? We're not even predicting the fight because we're all in mutual agreement that Valentina Shevchenko is going to win. And I dare the gods of MMA to see this video and go against me because of how cocky I am. Shevchenko's gonna win because her surname is Shevchenko, and that's just how things work, okay? She's Russian. Okay? In the female realms of the world, that means a lot. Russian females, they've been through some shit, okay? They've been through a lot of shit. And I feel like she's gonna get the job done here. But how? Is she going to purposefully make a boring fight like she did against Liz Carmouche? That could very much happen. I know a lot of people haven't been paying a lot of attention to Valentina Shevchenko's extensive career, but I'll be honest with you guys, other than the Jessica I knockout, and maybe the mauling that she gave that girl on the ground not too long ago, where Yamasaki said if she dies, basically, not very interesting fights. Like, they're just not. Like, there's no engagement. She knows she's ahead on points, and she just coasts, like Jones did against Santos. Risky game to play, but she's good at playing that game. I don't think this is going to be interesting. Is she going to take that route? Who knows? I feel like she might be looking to maybe not give us another one because we've just sat through her versus whoever the fucking girl was. Carmouche, that was her name. We've just watched that one. That was the toughest one I've ever seen out of any title fight ever, perhaps. I don't think she'd do us with another one. But is she going to go in there and just choose to take Chookagian to the ground and destroy her? Maybe. Because she can. Shevchenko, if she wanted to, could go in there, take... what the fuck is this contender's name? Katlyn Chookagian down and just destroy her on the ground. She could just do that if she wanted to. She could get a hold of her, hip toss her with all of those unrealistic, not meant for female muscles that she has on her body, and just smash her face in on the ground. I think that we're going to see a boring stalemate. I really do. I think Shevchenko's going to see that Chookagian's a little bit rangier. Trust me, Chookagian's a problem. Okay, she can pose some problems. She's not going to, though. I think Shevchenko's just going to chop at her legs for the entire fight and then eventually start taking those kicks higher up. I think that's what's going to happen here. And I think she may actually shoot for some takedowns as well. I think it's going to be a decision with a mix of things involved. But most commonly, a chopping leg kick to bring down Katlyn Chookagian because she's a lot taller. Would I love to see an upset happen? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. Okay, I haven't seen a finish out of Katlyn Chookagian in the UFC yet. I'm not going to predict that she's going to do it to Valentina Shevchenko. I'm not willing to predict that she just outclasses Shevchenko for 5 rounds, because that's impossible. So we'll see what happens. She was so bored of herself, she nicknamed herself Blonde Fighter. Okay, that's how little respect for her career that she has. It's a tough one to get behind as an underdog, as are the other underdogs on the card. I don't know. I can't get behind Shevchenko as a title fight. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. She was going to fight for a title against Ciara Eubanks at UFC 230. Remember that? That was supposed to be her original unification bout with Ciara Eubanks, who is 4-4. And at the time, I believe, was 4-3. That's the division we're paying attention to right now in this video. Okay? A division where the title contender, not too long ago, was 4-3. Okay? That's what we're looking at here. The only reason that fight didn't happen, was it because the UFC thought, oh no, we better not do that, she's only 4-3, let's not make her a title fighter? No, because the backlash of the fans at the excuse of a main event that they gave us at UFC 230 was so much that the UFC shit themselves and gave her an emergency call to DC, who rolled out of a hospital bed and took on the main event with Derek Lewis. She's not going to win. Chookagian's not going to win. I just don't see it happening, I'm sorry. I just don't respect the flyweight division in general, to be honest with you. I want to see Shevchenko take on someone from a different division, moving up or moving down. It was kind of validified for me when I saw her beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk, because if you beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk, you're a champion. I mean, that's proven in the UFC already. Whoever's beaten Joanna Jędrzejczyk has been a champion. Valentina Shevchenko, Rose Namajunas twice. Seems to be a theme. So that validified the division for me. Now we're going to watch her humiliate Katlyn Chookagian, fingers crossed. And then in the future, I'd like to see the winner of Zhang versus Jędrzejczyk take her on in a super fight, because that's the only interesting fight there's going to be, unless we make a trilogy between her and Amanda Nunes, which is, I mean, she's already lost twice. Even though I thought that she maybe could have won the second fight, she's already lost twice. Like, it's just, there's not really many places to go here, you know? So I feel like the only move to make is, fingers crossed, alhamdulillah, that Valentina Shevchenko gets past Katlyn Chookagian next weekend, or this weekend. Jesus, it's getting close. Get past her, and then we'll see what happens between Zhang and Jędrzejczyk at UFC 248 next month. And then we'll see if we can make the winners face each other. That would be the only interesting outcome I could ever think of for the women's flyweight division. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button there. And goodbye. Valentina Shevchenko is going to chop at the legs for 5 rounds and take down Katlyn Chookagian whenever she wants. Is there a chance that Chookagian wins? Yes. How big is that chance? Very low. I'm talking single percentages. Okay, that's not worth my money. Goodbye. I'll see you later. Yeah. Shevchenko's just not female. Click that there.